where you're going to see the approximate angle that I am actually painting. Let's see if I can just zoom. Okay. I don't know if it's going to work out. We're going to find out. And I got to hurry to work. As usual, the time to start painting is when I'm late for work. So anyway, to start out with, I am going to, we just did this one here, which I don't know if anybody was around. And my biggest issue with this was that this pear was a 3D pear sitting on top of this photo. And it didn't capture a 3D look, and I don't know why I was thinking of maybe painting that red. Let's just see what happens if we paint that red. Find my red here. This is a pretty nice red, so let's see, mix that with just like these random colors we got here. So it's not that pear, but I thought if we paint it red, it could really pop and be, like, hi, I'm the 3D pear, and see what happens if we. Let's try to get like a darker red. Here I got this, I don't know what red that is, mix it in. Oh, it's kind of like a brown. Here's a different red. Okay, that's a little deeper. Let's just see that shadow there. We're going to try to put that shadow in. The idea is we really need this pear to pop, like it's standing up on top of a photo. So, the photo is flat. This pear's got to look like it's sticking up like this. So let's see if we can achieve that. I don't know. And I don't know. Let's see. Maybe put something right here. All right. Now I'm going to try to smear that and get a highlight good. I'm just going to sort of try and blend this a little bit. Leaving a little skinny line at the bottom, but we probably want to get a little shadowy looking thing here. So we're painting from memory now. I kind of remembered that there was a shadow on this side because that's the light going that way. That looks okay. All right. And now I'm gonna mix. This is like a violet. It's kind of a radical, different color. I don't know if this is. I never actually did that thing with the color wheel and opposite colors, but I'm gonna mix a little blue in there, see what happens. And I guess I'll come back to the red. And let's see if we could call that a shadow of red. And it's definitely warm, and we don't have our pear anymore. So anyway, I don't know if that's good. And I think I'm gonna try to pull out a little bit right here. Let's try to get this in. It doesn't look too bad. And I think I'm going to just see if we can get a little bit of this stuff to come off, just to have a kind of a highlight there. And I'd like to make this a little bit more blended. And this whole thing is kind of like the shadow goes over here. And I had thought that if we get this shadow go across it, you know, this is a, I don't know if we're really getting it though. Let's see. I am going to, let's see if we can just come over here. We are trying to say hello on a shadow that goes over there, a shadow of the pear. I don't think it's really translating, but I'm trying to get a highlight right here. It doesn't look bad at all. I wonder if we could get the same kind of highlight right there. And let's get the same kind of highlight right there since, hey, I'm getting a lot of hearts. Thank you so much. Hey, Milo and friends. Thank you for the greeting. Hi, BP Plays. Hi, Da Cube. And thanks a lot for everybody who stopped by. Wow, 15 people. Look at that. Okay. So this was my last, attempt here. Well, that pear is looking pretty darn nice, but does it look like a 3D pear standing up on a photo? I don't know about that. So, my conclusion is be careful what you try to paint. And this is going to be my next subject here, which I got the same photo of broken plate and I got a new pear because that pear was really getting rotten anyway. So let's see if, I don't know, I think if we come right here, I got a feeling in my mind that if we can get this shadow to really look like a shadow, that we are saying, loud and clear, this pear is standing up and this photo is flat. But I don't know. Let me try to get a little blotch out of there. So it really doesn't, I mean, this does not look like it's, popping forward as a thing. Anyway, we wanted to start a new thing today. Hi, Marie3. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and I appreciate the compliment. Anyone got a thumbs up they can spare, that'd be great. And who's got that hype stuff? Does anyone have that hype stuff? They gave me 15 hypes, but I haven't been watching any videos. All right, so blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I wonder if... Anyway, I want to jump onto this. So it was great. This was our last 4 hours of work to achieve that, and it's very confusing. I don't know what just happened. So to start out with here, I'm just going to start with this pear because, and so let's just go with the pear. I'm starting out with just water, and I'm going in the pear shape. There's a slight hint because there's a little bit of red in that water, but that's fine because we need to, and there's, the cat was just in here too. So anyway, there's another cat here, a little presentation from the cat. Okay, so here's the pear. So let's see what we got here now to make an underpainting. So we're just gonna look for like a good green that is kind of representative of what's going on in that pear. So this green is, I forgot what it's called, but I really don't like it, but it's a good base green to add. So that's starting to look kind of like that pear color, right? So I think that's good enough. Let's just start with that. So our wet spot is right here. I'm just gonna, oh, there's a cat hair there. I'm just gonna get a little bit of something happening here. And another stupid cat hair. Okay, that's looking good. Now let's try for the, I guess the same green but with shadow. I don't know if this is a good color mix in there. That looks good. This looks like a green shadow, right? So I'm gonna do this here. I love the beginning of a watercolor. That's when we are really loose, Once we get to, this stage, or here's like the pear. This was a few pairs ago. You know, really going like real tight after that point. I'm gonna blot some of that up. Okay, that's looking good. Now I'm gonna see about another green. I don't really like our shadow color that much. Here's another green. Let's see about maybe going here. All right, that's looking good. And so, you know, I'm looking at these shadows. There's shadow here, shadow, shadow. And so just trying to get some representation for those shadows. And if you ask me, we're building form here. I'm just seeing a little orange like right there. So why don't we just try to pop in there with some orange. You know, it's very faint, but you know, we can use some more color here. So I'll just put that here. And so we're kind of representing this slight orange that's over here. Look at all those comments. Thank you so much, everybody who left a comment. Okay. Okay, I'm going to see about a bold yellow green now. And see this. I got more of this paint coming. Hansa yellow. It's almost gone. I have more coming. It's supposed to be delivered today. So let's see if we come up. Oh, that's not at all what I thought it was going to be. Well, whatever. Looks good. I'm going to try to remove something right here. Okay. Soften these lines. You know, basically we're building form here. It's looking decent. Oof, 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 oof. And now I want to get a highlight going right here. Because you can see down there's a big highlight. I don't know if it's that clear, but okay. And then let's see about just come up here with this just water. And we are going to say hello. We are the pear shape here. Nice thing about a pear is, you know, you can be pretty far off on a proportion, unlike say a human face or something, and still like this I think is too far off to the right, but it does not matter. So here I really want to get this pale yellow. So to get pale yellow, I have my here my palette, which is dedicated to yellows, which this is the one color I got coming. It's my last bit of Hansa yellow. And I'm just taking that color. I want to make a very light version of it. And yeah, I don't really use white too often, but I'm going to try to take a dab of white to just get a very pale, there we go, pale yellow. And then just to get these top areas, let's see if that's pale. Yeah, that looks pretty good, pale. There, looking nice. Okay, and I'm gonna try just some right here. And okay, I say we're looking good here. So now, well, here's a faint blue. I'd like to just to be interesting. I'm gonna put some blue right there for that shadow that's right here. It's not really blue, but if we get some blue in there as like an underpainting, then, you know, we can put a green on top, then it should be a nice effect. I think we're doing good here. I'm tempted to kind of smear around these so there's no hard edge. So I'm gonna just take a damp brush and let's just see if we can gently play with these lines just so there's not so much of a hard edge. There's nothing wrong with some hard edges, but Also, nothing wrong with erring on the side of caution. So I think that's looking pretty good. I'm try to soften this up a little. Okay, I guess we got a good like pear start here. Now I'm going to try to hit that plate. It might be wise to be doing the background first, but it's not happening. So let's see. I always see a quick palette review of my palette, and I guess we're going to try a little bit of this, which is kind of it's called Aussie Red Gold. It's kind of a burnt umber, or no, it's like a Van Dyke brown that has a lot of yellow in it. And then speaking of that, and we also have this, which is a robust, you know, kind of yellow brown. We're gonna go for this plate, but I want to have some of these pop colors like behind. Let's see what this is. Oh, there's some kind of green. This is like, I think that's called indigo yellow. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's good. Now we got the pop. Now we need the deep brown. And go back to this palette here. It has the deep brown on it. And so we got this color. And that's leaning green. And then here, I don't really want to lean green. This is the closest thing I got to burnt umber. I forget what they call this color. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to mix this with our first, get this back. Mix it with this color here. All right. That looks pretty much close enough. All right, so we're going to try to get this, start this plate, and just go right here. There's a lot of green in there, but it doesn't matter. This is our underpainting. Okay, now I'm just going to sort of move this paint around that. So I can see already that this plate here is going to be a challenge because it already looks like it's floating, and that's so it's going to be a challenge to make it look like it's actually grounded. But we cannot be, you know, shying away from certain subjects just because they're going to be very challenging and might come out looking like heck, right? So anyway, that's cool. Let's do the other piece of the dish, and I guess they're going to come right here. This should actually come down to here. And there's more cat hair. Where is that coming from? Is it floating down from the ceiling? Okay. All right, well, we're calling that the underpainting, so it's okay that it's like, you know, looks weird. All right, now we're coming here. So this is the same plate, so I'm not too fond of this color we've got here, and actually we're going in the wrong place also, so we have two challenges now. So this is really a bad color for that plate too, but we're just gonna go with that. And now we have the photograph underneath. I'm gonna take a warm gray, and we're just gonna go right here and try to say hi where the limit of the photograph. Okay, and I'm probably going to paint a lip. All right, so this is left a blank there because I want to paint the lip. Now I'm going to hopefully get this into a lack of a hard edge, and this is a very dumb color we're doing here, but you know, too bad because we got to establish this edge, I believe, and that's not really performing very well, but whatever. Okay. At least it's bright and has some pop. And there's some orange. All right, now let's try to hit that yellow pear. So I'm just gonna sort of say, oh God, that's way down here. Okay, who thinks I should paint like a creek or a little ocean scene instead of this ridiculous stuff? Anyway, I gotta run to work, so thanks everybody who stopped by. Very much appreciated. See you next time. Real time watercolor painting.